Se a gente não se envolver na política, se a gente não tomar consciência.
If we do not get involved in politics, if we do not become aware that we need to understand that liking politics is not liking bad things. Liking politics is taking responsibility for defining the project we want for our movement, but also the project we want for our country. We are living at this historic moment, the highest and the lowest accumulated inflation in the history of Brazil. That is, the lowest accumulated inflation in Brazil over 4 years, and in this period, it is the lowest unemployment in the history of Brazil and the highest number of workers in activity. It is the highest wage mass and the highest exports, and it is the highest inflow of direct foreign capital for investment in Brazil. This is what is happening in the world with the election of President Trump as President of the United States. Are you following it? And are you realizing that we are living in a very critical moment in world politics? That is, multilateralism is being discarded for unilateralism. That is, the law of the strongest is prevailing. The UN Charter is being torn up, and instead of correcting the UN, something we have demanded since I was president in 2003, the reform of the UN with the entry of new countries, with the entry of Mexico, of Brazil, of African countries, what is happening? President Trump is making a proposal to create a new UN, and he alone will be the owner of the UN. Brazil has no preference for relations. Brazil wants to have relations with the United States. Brazil wants to have relations with Cuba. Brazil wants to have relations with China. Brazil wants to have relations with India. Brazil wants to have relations with Russia. We have no preference. What we no longer accept is going back to being a colony so that someone wants to command us. I do not want to wage armed war with the United States. I do not want to wage an armed war with China. I do not want to wage armed war with Russia. I do not want it even with Uruguay, nor with Bolivia. I want to wage war with the power of persuasion, with arguments, with narratives showing that democracy is unbeatable. If we do not want to impose ourselves on others, but rather share what good we have, we are living a delicate moment. I honestly become outraged every night by what happened in Venezuela. I cannot believe it. Maduro knew that there were 15,000 American soldiers in the Caribbean Sea. He knew that every day there were threats. Every day there were threats. That is, guys. Then night falls in Venezuela. They go to the fort, which is a barracks where Maduro lived, and they take Maduro away, and nobody found out how Maduro left. That is, how is the lack of respect for the territorial integrity of a country possible? We are going to contest the elections. I do not know with whom. There will be some time in March or April when the parties will hold their convention. Everyone will choose a candidate. What I can tell you is the following. Whoever comes, whoever comes, whoever comes, we are going to show that this is the year of truth. We are going to show that lies will not prevail. We are going to show that whoever has their cell phone to tell lies, to make fake news, can start putting the cell phone away, because this year is the year of truth.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.